Well, hello to you on the other side of the tech freaking sphere. You know, we are writing our books over here again, and we are going to press the timer over here. And now we are going to the business of the freaking book writers, and they were, something like that. But last time, or the last hour, I mapped out few different kind of books, and I made this book that was called The Art of Conversation. I started to map out the book over here, and this is kind of like your objective task list. If you want to write a book, you could write a chapter about social rehearsal, and you could write it over here. This could be your your contents page, but also it could be you could write like this. You would have this chapter structure over here. You should try to incorporate, that's a hard word, you should try to incorporate into your writing the fact that it happens in the moment, but it can help what you did in the past, if that makes sense. I did this stuff in the past, but it can help me in the future of making the book more understandable for myself in the writing process. Books are like this, when you're writing books, nobody else will freaking understand what is going on, probably. And these videos are kind of like these snippets for you to see some ideas about writing. I have been doing this stuff for not a long time, but I've been writing for 5 years at this point, but I haven't published anything. We're going for that. So, do you rehearse social situations in your mind? How you see how it doesn't work? You see how in social situations you always get the stuff that you planned before wrong. So what should you do? Well, yeah, it's a good question. So what should you do about that? What if you went to a social situation without any pre-plans? Really nailing a social situation is more about getting to a right state. What do you mean by that? I mean by that you should get into this you should get in the proper state. Everything will work out if you are in the proper state. That's what I can say. Everything will work out if you are in the proper state. you could say that you know so much stuff. You are an expert in so many things. It's all about presentation. And in the proper state, you will present it better. You know, that's basically what I can say about that. You know, social rehearsal, you shouldn't do social rehearsal. You should know your stuff, but you shouldn't do social rehearsal. You should know your stuff, but you shouldn't do social rehearsal. Fine, you know, you understand what I'm going for over here. Good. So starting conversation question. You know, we like made this like. We started over here. You know, this gets pretty deep. You know. What's your personality like? Let's start with the person. Let's start with this question, or let's continue on the personality. You know, what are the different personalities like? You know, flamboyant, and then there's the silent person, and the like, you know, the person that the you know the diva, or the you know the jokester. You know, the why so serious type of guy, you know. The serious one, the serious person. These are not really like personalities. They are kind of like it's kind of like your output only, you know. It's kind of like, this is related to your self-expression, but your personality, it's kind of like different. What's personality really about? Well, you could ask this question, you know, that you could ask over here, like what's personality really about? Is personality about is personality about what? Like is personality about like if it's not really about your like expression, but how expressive you are, or how you present yourself, then what's personality about? Have you ever heard a good explanation about personality? Have you ever heard a good explanation about personality? What did I write? How do you... Have you ever heard a good explanation about personality? And what I mean over here is that, is personality only the way you are? Is personality only about the way you are? So we have the jokester over here, or the flamboyant person. You know, you could write a freaking book about flamboyance, you know, but what's flamboyance, you know? How's the flamboyant type of person? You know, flamboyance is about like being out there. Flamboyance is about being out there. Flamboyance is also about confidence. Flamboyance can be about exaggeration. You know, I'm thinking about, have I seen any flamboyant persons that are really like flamboyant? You know, colors like colors are related to like flamboyance. You know, that's true. You know, colors are really like related to flamboyance. But also like certain kind of like weird decisions might be related to like flamboyance. So we could say that what type of color schemes express flamboyance? That's a good question. Like, you know, like candy colors. You know, for example, in the clothes, you know. Something like pretty bright but not like psychedelic, you know. Bright but not psychedelic. You know, that's flamboyance. You know, this like not like fluorescent, you know, if you think about styles, you know, if you think, for example, about the like cyber goth thing, you know, and all of that stuff, you know, it's a certain kind of style, and there's this color scheme, you know, with the cyber goth, you know, it's this color scheme of black and the fluorescent colors, you know, the greens and the oranges and the, you know, the blues, and you know, it's this color scheme of the cyberpunk, you know. You know, the color scheme of the fluorescent colors and the black. But you know, it's one thing. But flamboyance, on the other hand, it's more about, yeah, you know, flamboyance. You know, it's pretty funny one. You know, a flamboyant person takes the pressure of others. This is a social skill. So you could say that we could start right over here. We're writing about this book, The Art of Conversation, and lately I've been really learning this stuff. Like it's kind of hard, you know. It's related to playing the line, you know, and we could write over here like taking the pressure off other people. You know, I'm really like, you know, you could say that that's playing it safe, but you know, maybe yeah, but you know, I feel that like this is related to like the showmanship of like socializing, or the showmanship of like, you know, the like conversation, you know, taking the pressure of others. What I mean by this, I mean that if I should like write over here, I could write it like this way, that when you are acting as the showman in a situation, you take the pressure of the you are talking with to perform. Yeah, that's what I mean. So this is pretty hard, but you could say that you can make other people feel more comfortable this way, while at the same time being like more exciting. You know, like kind of like that, you know. This is related to flamboyance, you know. It's related to flamboyance, you know, for sure. I feel like that. So, you know, what's silent? Well, what's a silent person like? How's the silent person? What's the color scheme of like silence? What does the silent person make other people feel? Does the silent person have any confidence? You know, confidence is really weird because you could write the like over here. We know the losses of professionality. This was I'm gonna tell you about this subject because it's all this everything that I'm like now talking about. It's all related. It's all related. You know, this is high level stuff. You know, if you nail this stuff in your personality, you know, the world is freaking open for you. But you know, you could write over here that the confidence factor. That sounds pretty stupid, you know. The confidence boost. That's what I need. You know, I've been thinking about lately the effect of others on your confidence. You know, I go to the freaking like field somewhere, you know, I can sing all night, you know. But you know, I've been lately doing a lot of like street type of like art things, only to build up my confidence. You know, only to put myself into like this like weird position where you get like attention from people, and you know, it's really like weird in a sense to do that kind of thing, but it boosts your confidence. You know, it gives you a boost. You know, it makes you feel kind of better, and it's great. It's really great to put yourself into that position, you know, because you kind of like start to enjoy that kind of thing, and in other situations, you know, it like helps you. It helps you a lot, you know. Being afraid of attention is really bad for you. You know, you have to be really good at getting people's attention. Like attention is freaking good. Almost every kind of attention is good. You know, that's what like influential people understand. Attention is freaking good. You know, it's good to get attention. Even if it's a bad one. You know, the confidence boost. Do you ever feel that the situations you put yourself in affect your level of confidence? You know, I'm gonna tell you this. I feel that when I go to some public places like the mall, I feel my confidence drop, and I feel it like even later I come out of it. Like I feel my confidence drop in these buildings, and I feel that all this like propaganda stuff that is going on in the like displays and all the stuff, you know, I feel that there's some kind of like emotional like type of manipulation thing going on that is trying to like undermine your confidence, you know, because I feel that there's money in undermining other people's confidence. Like, is there money in undermining other people's confidence? You know, and the funny thing about confidence is also that if you want to be really confident, find a person that is really unconfident. You know, confidence is kind of like, how do you could say that? If you want to become really confident, oh, this is really good. Think about this. This is really deep, you know. Have you ever thought about confidence and insecurity? Confidence and insecurity. I wanted to ask you this question. You know, this is a freaking good question to like ask some like women. You know, if you really could like get some freaking girl to talk about this, you know, you would be in their freaking panties in like freaking hour. You know, but you know, really talking about like confidence, and confidence sounds pretty masculine, you know, but insecurity, it's more feminine, you know. Like insecurity, what does it really mean, you know? Like undermining other people's confidence. If you want to really act confident, what you do is you find a person that is really unconfident, really insecure, and you can pull out this act, you know. But if you really like, if you really think about it this way, that do confident people make you feel more confident about yourself? Do confident people really make you feel more confident about yourself? Yeah, they do. They're feeling like grabs onto you, but you know, where's the line over here? But where's the line over here then? And what I mean by this is that if somebody is really confident, if somebody is really confident in themselves, does the confidence carry even into a situation where this human is dealing with someone that is really insecure, a bit insecure and not confident? It's pretty analytical stuff, but what I mean by this is that if somebody is really confident in themselves, does this confidence carry even into a situation where this human is dealing with somebody that is a bit insecure or not confident? How about if he is dealing with somebody that is really confident? What happens? For example, if I encounter a man that really has confidence, how does it make me feel? Have I encountered freaking men that have really clear like confidence in like a long time, you know? How would you even know that about somebody? Maybe confidence is more rare than you like think. Maybe confidence is actually really rare. Maybe confidence is really rare actually. Like is confidence the same thing as like being brave, you know? Is confidence the same thing as being brave? You know, I've been doing this type of things in the last like half a year I would have never been able to do in my past, you know. And I've realized that it's only about my self-limiting beliefs that have been blocking me from doing this stuff. It's like a prison of my own making. Like, do you ever feel that situations you put yourself in affect your level of confidence? Are you living in a prison of your own making? Are you living in a prison of your own making that is limiting your confidence? Like, is there money in undermining other people's confidence? You know, most of these things that people spout about, like self-esteem and, you know, all this like style, like words, you know, self-esteem and confidence and charisma and all of this. You really want to like explain this to somebody, you know, most probably can't, you know. This is freaking hard like things to understand, because you like if you think about like this, you know, it's related to like self-limiting beliefs, you know. Confidence, you know, confidence is the like feeling that I can do this, that I can be this. So it's related to your beliefs about yourself. And what's that related to? It's related to your self-image, you know. Like, what's the link between self-image and confidence? You know, if I want to be a coach, if I want to be a like life coach over here, and I'm gonna like teach you like confidence stuff, you know, I want to make you more confident person, then how does that even like happen, you know? Like, it's the link between self-limiting beliefs and the confidence. But you know, some people, like insecurity, how could insecurity like manifest itself? Can a really insecure person talk about his self-limiting beliefs? If not, why is that? You know, that's like psychoanalysis type of stuff for you. Can a really insecure person talk about these self-limiting beliefs? If confidence is about the belief that you can, and confidence also, confidence is also, you know, fear of failure. You know, do you know about the fear of failure? That could be a book title, but it's kind of like iffy, you know, but we're gonna write anyway, you know. Let's write it over here. Let's brainstorm. This might be our book number 7, The Fear of Failure. Okay, let's check the time. Oh, it's already half an hour, you know. We've been doing this for almost 3 hours today. I'm on a freaking roll, you know. I have so much to say, and I have so much situation that I can like go over in my mind. I have done like so much like conversations in the like past half a year. I have so much stuff that I have to like get down to like really understanding, you know. So, can a really insecure person talk about his self-limiting beliefs? If not, why is that? Do you know about the fear of failure? How is it that related to confidence? You know, confidence is really about understanding the fact that you can't nail it on the first try. You can't nail it on the first try, but if you won't throw that first ball, you won't never win. And if you only do it while nobody sees you do it, it's good, but it will be better when they see you fail. That's what I think about life. It's good to fail. You know, it's good to fail. That's stuff, you know. It's freaking good to fail, you know. It's good to fail. What I mean by this is that if you really want to be confident, you know, confidence is not about like nailing it all the time, you know. Confidence is not about nailing it all the time. Confidence is not about skill. And it's not about bravery, you know, either. What is confidence about? Confidence is about, is it about trust? Is it about belief? What is confidence about? If you are a really confident person, you know, confidence is not about nailing it all the time. Confidence is not about skill. Confidence is about, what's confidence about? Confidence is about not fearing failure. That's what it's about, you know. That's how you become confident. Don't fear failing. Man, don't fear failure. Go and fail, you know. Failing is good. Do you understand that? Failing is freaking good, you know. That's how you become confident. You know, not even trying. What's blocking you, you know? What's blocking you of becoming confident person? Is it that you don't want to fail? Is it that you don't want to make an ass of yourself? Or is it you know, because here we have the the fear of failure book, but you could write over here about the losses of professionality. Because this is huge, you know. This is related to also this confidence thing, you know. If I want to nail it down over here with one point, you know. The losses of professionality. When you become really professional at something in your life and you have to keep up this facade or this image that you are a professional at anything you do, what do you lose? What kind of freedoms do you lose? When you have a lot to lose, you understand this. This is about gain and loss, you know. If you really gain the think for example a person that has a really strict boss, you know. And you have to like think about how people act, you know, and think about why they act that way and how it's related to like fear of death, basically. Like it's fear of death, you know. It's fear of like dying. Maybe it might be fear of dying. It might be fear of like rejection. You know, for example, like with working, you know, you might go like, I don't want to be, I don't want to be rejected by the society around me, and then you work and work and work and work, so you won't be rejected by the society. While on the other hand, some other person is like, yep, I got rejected by the society. Look how it happened. Like, isn't that interesting? You see, these people, they're just working to not get rejected by the society, you know. You know, it's kind of interesting, you know. God wouldn't do this to you. God wouldn't do to you what your freaking best friend did to you. When you have a lot to lose, how does it affect your personality? How does it limit you? You should build your wealth on being limitless. But maybe you should build your like idea of yourself as like this, as is, if this what I'm doing is limiting me becoming like everything that I can be, then I shouldn't like think that this is really something that gives me a lot of freedom, or a lot of like if what I'm doing is giving me the feeling that if I lose something through being more true to myself, yeah, that's what it's about. You know, it's being true to yourself. You know, and you know, I feel that confidence is really confidence is also a spiritual topic. You know, really confidence is like, for example, the things that I have done like in this past year. You know, they have been like related to the fact that, you know, I'm freaking like I had some like freaking like enlightenment experiences. You know, I've done a lot of meditation. And I realized that everything is one, you know. If you fuck up, you know, you only fuck up in the like face of God, you know. You know, this like, there's this like, in the Asian cultures, there's like fear of like losing your face, you know. But you don't have a freaking face, you know. You never had one, you know. It's all ego, you know. It's all ego. And if you know, you gain the most confidence through spirituality. Spirituality is your training ground for freaking confidence. That's what I'm gonna write over here, you know. Like spirituality is your training ground for the real confidence. You know, we are not talking, if we talk about confidence, you know, confidence in the face of what, you know, like if we talk about confidence, then what? If we talk about confidence, then confidence in the face of what? Yeah, you understand you understand what I mean. Confidence in the way of what? Confidence in the face of your like, confidence in the face of your like friends, you know, confidence in the face of like public speaking, confidence in the face of like hitting on that like awesome girl, you know, confidence in the face of like dying, confidence in the face of like, you know, confidence in the face of like like starving confidence in the face of like how sure of you are your like immortality. You know, this is like hard stuff, but it's all related to the ego, you know, and that's where we end up in the that's where we end up like now. But you know, we might like go back to the socializing, because this might be really like important part of your life now. No, at least it's a pretty important part of my life, because I feel that I have kind of gone through the things I can do on my own, and well, not really, but I have gone through a lot of stuff on my own, so I feel like this time of life, my life is more about like sharing. And I would have really appreciated if somebody at like when I was like 5 years younger would have like really sat down with me and like talked, you know, that about the real stuff, you know, not about like about the real stuff, you know. I would have been really like it would have helped a lot, but there was nobody, you know. And that's what I feel about people, you know. This most of this stuff I'm talking about here, you can pretty much skip this, you know. You don't really have to like understand this stuff. For example, in your working place, probably you don't have to understand it. You kind of like get by, but you don't have to really understand how all of this works. It's complicated. That's a criticism, but you know, you should know your stuff, but you shouldn't do a social rehearsal. And what I mean by this is that you should be confident in what you have, and you can only get what you have by developing it, whatever it is. You know, it's self-knowledge. By developing your self-knowledge, this you know, it's really weird. Okay, starting conversation, listening. Okay, now we're gonna talk about listening. You know, the psychologists, they are really good listeners, you know. That's what they do for a living. And they are also good like asking questions. You know, advice, you know, criticism, mirroring, taking pressure off of people's social appropriateness, you know, like advice. Yeah, like advice. You know, I heard this freaking like stuff in a book that women take advice better than males. If you are male, you know, if you are a female and you give advice to a male, I believe that it's not really like, there's nothing wrong with it, you know. Women don't really do that type of stuff really much, you know. They probably don't have a clue how it's to be a male, you know. But you know, like advice, you know, you could. It was said that you shouldn't give advice to males, because males are kind of like, you know, males are kind of like you only ask advice when you need it, but you know. Yeah, it's gonna put off a lot of people, but you know, the people that it's gonna put off, they're probably like not the people you should be talking to like much anyway. So giving advice, you know, it like giving advice might be only like presenting yourself, presenting your ideas better. You know, you could say it like this: presenting your ideas. You know, that was really like well said, like that, like presenting your ideas. What I mean by that, I mean that if you have an idea about, if you have like I'm not talking about like changing the world in any way, but if you have an idea, for example, about how to take pressure off of other people in a social situation, this is not stuff that like I have never heard anyone even mention this. No. you know I've never actually heard anyone mention this stuff. It's so meta, it's so meta, it's so hard to talk about, because what what you're talking about is it's stuff that happens in the situation, it's not the content of the situation, it's meta. So presenting your ideas, for example, you could present your ideas through advice, and it wouldn't probably fly so good. So you could write over here, try to not present your ideas through advice. For example, I've learned through the last months that you can present advice, or you can present guidance through many things. And I've been thinking about this. I've been thinking about the fashion industry, lately, and I've been thinking about these overpriced, well, not overpriced clothes, but expensive clothes. I've been buying some free, for me it's expensive stuff, but for somebody else it might not be that expensive, clothes are not really that expensive, even the high end ones, but I've been thinking about presenting ideas through fashion to people, I've been thinking about self-development through clothing. I've been thinking about changing yourself through clothing. I've been thinking about this this gap and this rift between self-help and the fashion industry. And I've been thinking about this this question of masking and developing. If you want to mask this, then is it something that you can't develop? If you want to mask your fear of failure, is it something that you can develop? If you want to mask your fear of failure, is it something that you absolutely cannot develop in yourself? For example, how might a person mask their fear of failure? By not trying, but it's related to I have a fear of failure in this thing, but I don't have a fear of failure in this thing. Somebody might have a fear of failure. Somebody might be completely unable to do this kind of thing I'm doing right now, and somebody might have a complete fear of failure to something. I'm really confident in I can freaking do this. Somebody might be so freaking butt scared about the thing that he couldn't do it in any freaking situation. But I might be I might have fear of failure in other things, and I've been talking about this on my channel, that is it only related to competence, because I feel that most males seek competence, and is competence really something? Can you sell competence to females? Can you sell competence to females? I've been feeling that you really shouldn't boast about your competence about in social situations with females, because it puts too much pressure on you. You really shouldn't boast about your competence. You should show it, but how you gonna show it? It's kind of like that. Who knows? But Okay, so we're asking a lot of freaking hard questions, and we have gotten a lot of good stuff to think about. And we're thinking about the losses when you lose when you go professional at something. What do you lose? What your self-image is gonna be like? How do you have to mask yourself? Is your professionality really a facade? Do you have something to hide or not? Are you open with the fact that you have something to hide or not? And if you are not, then you know, how is it limiting your like potentiality as a human being? Is there a better way? You know, is there a better way you could take where you could be just yourself without anyone like you losing anything? Is your fear of losing something actually imaginary and not real? Because this is what I've felt in my life, that most people like let a lot of stuff like fly, you know. Well, yeah, like most people let a lot of stuff like fly, you know, and you know, you're not that popular, you know, right? Like you're not that freaking popular, you know. Like you might be working at some company and in some situation you act like a freaking ass, you know, in the real life. Nobody's gonna freaking know that, you know. I believe that people nowadays have a freaking convoluted like idea that the real world and the flow of information in the real world works in the same way as it works in the like human created fake like this like media type of stuff that they like watch every day. You know, it doesn't work that way. You know, there's no flow of information. Most people don't talk to each other. Most people are not interested in to talk about this stuff to each other, you know. It's a convoluted idea. You won't lose your face if you fuck up with some girl over here, or you fuck up with some, you know the word choice, but if you fuck up on the internet somehow, if you like make a YouTube channel and you fear that, yeah, I'm gonna lose my freaking job if my boss finds it out, you know, this picture, you know. A lot of people, like, you know, people let so many things fly, and like on top of that, they won't freaking know about that. And if they will, then it's on you. You have to have that freaking confidence to be able to tell that, yeah, that's the kind of guy I freaking am, you know. You know, you shouldn't have to act any other way. But that shouldn't mean that you should just be this freaking guy like laying on the couch and, you know, you know it's fear of failure. It's all related to that. But you know, that's the losses of professionality. So if you fear of losing your face, and that might be affecting your like profession or your competence, seeming competence, then your gain is actually a loss, and your loss is actually a gain. It's really hard to like think in this way, because normally people think about their bank balance, you know. Just don't just think about your bank balance. You have to understand gains in other ways. You know, they won't give a shit. You know, I've been thinking about this. Like, I want to, this is actually one thing I really want to like understand about the about this world, and about you know, about people. You know, I feel that it's really interesting what I've done in the YouTubes, and like how what I do is kind of like trying to say that this modern world is really different, and I try to like over exaggerate the like difference of this modern world to like the world that used to be. I like to really put on the point that we live in a world of like information like gathering, and we live in a world of like this cyber freaking system and all of this stuff. And I kind of want to make people conscious of it through what I do. It's kind of like a mirror. And I'm sure it can make other people pretty like it can make other people pretty like uncomfortable, you know. But that's what I want, you know, with this, what I really do, you know. I want to make people pretty uncomfortable with the world we live in, you know. That's why I named this channel The Truth Detective, you know. It's about like putting it out there, you know. This is the world we live, you know. This is like people, this is the stuff that nobody talks about. You know, that's the work of the, no, you're the writer, you know. You know, but we have been rambling, you know, this, you know, it's the fear of failure again, but, you know, so the fear of failure, if you want to mask your fear of failure, is it something that you absolutely cannot develop in yourself? What if you failed and through that you succeeded? What if there is no other way? Because there is no other way. Do you really think failing is that bad? Where did you learn this? You have to understand that like nailing it feels pretty good, but also you have to understand that nailing it doesn't feel that good. You know, have you ever thought that winning doesn't actually feel that good? Have you ever thought how transitory winning is? You won this day, you lose the other day, and your feeling goes like puff of smoke in the air. Think about that. You want this day, you lose. This day you lose, and the other day you won. And your feeling of winning goes like a puff of smoke in the air. What is that? What I mean by this is that like succeeding feels pretty good, you know. It feels pretty good, but it's pretty transitory, and you should maybe think it like this way, that you should. I remember like I gave this. It was a few days ago. I gave this advice to one girl. I said that you should get one like good like presentation. Like you should do one good. You should do it once. Like you should nail it once, and I kind of thought about the strategy, how like you could do that. You know, I've been thinking about this public speaking thing, and I'm really thinking about like how you could get that, like how you could like nail it, you know, like in like public speaking, and you could get that like feeling, you know, I can do it, like in the public speaking. You know, it's really, you know, it's really hard. It might, you know, this fear of failure and the like the confidence, you know, this might be also be related to like yeah, do you define yourself through your winnings and failures? Good, like think about that. But that's the hour for you, you know, it's the third hour now, but we're gonna continue on. We are building some new understanding of ourselves, and this is hard. This is hard work, and this is really like, this is foundational, you know. This won't give you the like, you know, the gung ho to like in these situations, but if you understand this stuff, it's gonna help you. You could start over here. So thanks for watching.